Dillon Danis takes on Max Humphreys, and I know what you're going to say. Why is he fighting a bum? Hey, shut the fuck up. Max Humphrey's 3-2. If he really wanted to fight a bum, I'm sure he can find a guy making their debut. I'm sure he could have found a guy going 1-0, or a guy going 0-1 or 0-2 to fight next. It's his first MMA fight, his second MMA fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to jump in there against the fucking Rory next weekend? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what the hate comes from for Dillon Danis. He's a big star. And whatever you say, he's a big star. He has hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers. Everything he does gets attention. When he talks shit about someone, it makes headlines. You know what I'm saying? He adds to the card every time. And he's winning. And he's winning in dominant fashion. You know what I'm saying? He got clipped a couple times in his MMA debut against whoever the fuck part-time fighter he fought last time. Okay? Clipped a couple times. Immediately went for a fake takedown. Got the guy hunched over, pulled guard, and got the submission off by a leg lock. Or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. Something to do with the leg or the foot. I don't know what it was though. Something. Okay? Yeah, I don't remember quite the submission. But he immediately gets the submission once it's on the ground. And I remember him working for an armbar immediately once they were on the ground. And this Max Humphreys guy, I'm sorry, you're going to get exactly the same treatment. One thing that Dillon Danis has to remember going into this fight is, hey, fuckface, you can't strike. You cannot strike. If I see you throw one fucking punch, I'm going to beat the shit out of you in the locker room after the fight. Okay? You do not strike yet. I don't care how much you've trained with Conor McGregor. You cannot strike. No striking allowed. Okay? That's what John Kavanagh should be telling him. I want you to go in there, Dillon, and I want you to fake a takedown, get the guy hunched over, pull guard again, and go straight for an armbar off your back. You know what I'm saying? There is no stand-up here. You do not learn how to stand up in the octagon. Okay? You don't learn how to do that in the octagon. And that's what he seems to be trying to do. That's what he tried to do against the last guy. But, you know, I understand he can't just go in there and shoot straight for a takedown. But I really think that's what he should be doing. I don't think he should be committing with any kicks. I don't think he should be committing with any straight rights. I think he should be jabbing and jabbing only. And then maybe throwing a fake and coming under it TJ Dillashaw style and driving in a double leg. And just trying to get this to the ground as quickly as possible. You know what I'm saying? You're not Bangkok ready. You know what I'm saying? As the Eddie Bravo story goes. Remember Eddie Bravo tells that story of a guy who was a jiu-jitsu expert. He did Muay Thai for 6 months. And all of a sudden he's coming out in the tassels and the traditional Muay Thai clothes. And he's like looking to strike with this guy. Okay? Know your roots. It's not a striker. The only time I want to see Dillon Danis strike ever in Bellator, ever, is if he goes for a takedown and he just can't get it. And he just can't get the fight to the ground. Then I'm okay to see you strike. But if there is an option for you to get it to the ground, take that option. Okay? I don't want to see Dillon Danis out there fucking throwing stiff leg kicks. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see him throwing a stabbing front teep, in his words. I like Dillon Danis. I want to see him succeed because he's good for the promotion. Okay? He's a star that they can rise up. And I think, and here's the thing, what Dillon Danis is doing is really good. Really good for Bellator because he could be the first guy. I just picked my nose off camera. He could be the first guy to win all the way through Bellator. Maybe potentially become a champion. Who knows? It's very early days to... I need to pick my nose again. Very early days to be predicting he'll become a champion. Okay, but it could happen in the future. He's very young. You know what I'm saying? Very early days though. He wins a few. Imagine if he gets a belt. He's the first guy, I think, that could make the crossover from Bellator to the UFC and do bits once he's a champion at Bellator. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think he's talking shit to all these UFC fighters? One, it gets him clout. You know what I'm saying? Once it gets him followers, it gets in the headlines on all the UFC promoting headlines and media stations. You know what I'm saying? They don't really talk about Bellator as much. But if a UFC fighter's talking shit with someone, they'll put that in a headline, and Dillon Danis knows this full well. You know what I'm saying? Dillon Danis, if he keeps winning, he's eventually going to get niced by Bellator and set up real well with a title shot. And then we'll see where he goes from there. You know what I'm saying? I think he could do well. I really do. I think if he just keeps holding off on the stand-up, you know what I'm saying? I think that every fight that goes by, once he gets a submission straight away, And I think he's going to submit this guy in the first round, by the way. In the first 2 minutes, I think he's going to pull guard and get an armbar straight away. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to get the armbar that he couldn't quite get in the first MMA fight that he had. Because the guy was, fair enough to him, defending quite well. And I think Dillon didn't expect the guy to defend like that. So he had to swap to a leg lock. Or whatever he ended up going for. But yeah, I like him. And I think he's going to keep doing well. He's good for the promotion. And hey, if you hate him, you're just a jealous little bitch that doesn't succeed in life. That's just it, really. Like, there's no question about it. If you hate Dillon Danis, you're just a jealous, non-successful bitch that doesn't like seeing someone succeed. You know what I'm saying? I checked his Instagram before this to see how many followers he had. I think he had like 800,000 or some shit. He's got a lot of followers. And I clicked on the first picture and I see the comments and it's just embarrassing. Some of the stuff this guy's saying. This guy's winning at life. Everyone's hating on him. I just don't get it. He's doing good for Bellator. You're watching because of him. You know what I'm saying? He's keeping the promotion alive. He's one of the few guys that Bellator has that's a star that hasn't come from the UFC. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of molded. Other than Michael Chandler, I guess. Maybe the Pitbull brother. Patricio Pitbull. Maybe... Who else is there that they could claim? Douglas Lima. That's a good one. You know what I'm saying? That's a good name. There's not many guys, but Dillon Danis is one of the few guys. James Gallagher, that's another big name that's coming up. There's only a few guys that are starting their career in Bellator that are working their way up the ladder to superstardom. And I think it's what Bellator needs. And I think that Dillon Danis shouldn't get hate. I think he should be praised for doing well for the promotion and doing well for himself. I think he's going to get a submission in the first round. And if he loses, it's going to be very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. And I'll be thoroughly disappointed. Okay? Thoroughly disappointed. But yeah. In my opinion, if he gets the submission in the first round, he should be fucking wiping his brow and going, whew, right, we've got another 4 months to work on our stand-up. That's what he should be doing. Every time he gets a submission in the first round, he should be fucking sighing relief. And say, right, okay, we've got another 4 months to work on the stand-up. We just need to do this. We need to start boxing more. We need to get fucking kickboxing. I'm going to Thailand for a month. I'm just going to learn and improve. And then we'll get back and I'm just going to do jiu-jitsu again. He should only resort to stand-up. You know what I'm saying? He should only resort to stand-up in a time where his jiu-jitsu fails him. He shouldn't go in there with a stand-up game plan. You know what I'm saying? Just wait till your jiu-jitsu fails from a guy with maybe good takedown defense. You know what I'm saying? And then resort to the stand-up. Don't go for it as your plan A or you're going to get knocked out. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Dillon Danis by armbar submission in the first round. He fakes a takedown. The guy hunches over. Dillon Danis gets the clinch. Somewhat of a clinch. It's a messy clinch situation. Pulls guard. The guy follows him there. He's in full guard. And Dillon Danis whips up the armbar straight away off his back. Done. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.